Do you have the strange feeling that something inside you is missing? Even though you have a family, a job, achievements, do you still feel an emptiness that you can't explain? Don't worry, you're not alone. Carl Jung said that this deep discomfort that appears between the ages of 45 and 65 is not a weakness or a crisis. It's a call from your soul trying to wake you up. If you ignore it, you run the risk of spending the rest of your life living half-heartedly. But if you have the courage to face it, you can discover the most authentic version of yourself. So stay with me until the end, because in the next few minutes, you'll understand why this emptiness exists and how it can be the beginning of your true transformation. You've probably come this far with a silent question in your heart. Why do I still feel like something is missing, even though I've done everything right? Carl Jung believed that this discomfort, this internal noise that arises between the ages of 45 and 65 is not a mistake. It's a calling from the soul, a calling to begin a new stage of life, truer, deeper, more yours. But ignoring this calling, continuing to try to live as before, with the same goals, the same habits and the same masks, is a silent risk. A risk of getting sick inside. The problem lies in the way we've been taught to look at life, as if it ends after 50, as if the peak was in the past. But what if Jung is right? What if the true peak is now, the moment you decide to stop living for others and start living for yourself? Many people, when they resist this inner change, fall into a dangerous trap, self-abandonment. They continue to do their jobs, smile at others, but inside they are exhausted, dull, disconnected. Jung called this state alienation of the soul. You become a stranger to yourself. You no longer feel pleasure in what used to make sense. You feel that time is passing too quickly and that even with everything under control, something essential is slipping away. The solution begins when you accept that the second half of your life should not be a repetition of the first. It is a new cycle, with new questions and answers that can only be found if you have the courage to delve into yourself. Self-knowledge here is not a luxury, it is emotional survival. But perhaps you are asking yourself, how do I start this dive? Jung said that the starting point is in dreams, symbols, and internal conflicts, but also in resentments, old frustrations, unfulfilled desires. All of this needs to be integrated and not ignored. The problem is that many try to cure this discomfort with quick solutions, trips, shopping, distractions, but the hole is still there. The soul continues to ask for attention. The solution is to learn to look inside with honesty, without judgment, to identify the patterns that brought you here and understand which of them still serve you and which need to be left behind. True transformation begins when you realize that you are not lost. You are just at the exact point where change begins. Now, here's the most important point. Most people fail to move forward in this process because they come up against a very common internal blockage, something that Jung studied in depth and that prevents individuation from happening completely. It's an invisible but extremely powerful force, a silent enemy that lives inside you and that sabotages your evolution without you even realizing it. It may be acting in your life right now, preventing you from growing, from changing, from freeing yourself. Maybe you find yourself repeating cycles of self-sabotage, distancing yourself from who you want to become, postponing important decisions, or living in a state of constant dissatisfaction without knowing exactly why. This is the next problem you need to understand. It's present in your habits, in your reactions, even in your relationships. And ignoring it means continuing to live trapped in a version of yourself that no longer serves you. This enemy has many names, but Jung gave it one of the most impactful concepts in deep psychology: the shadow. The shadow is made up of everything you have denied in yourself in order to be accepted, loved, or functional in the world. It can contain anger, envy, repressed sadness, but also talent, creativity, courage, everything you have stifled in order to fit in. And the scariest thing, when this part of you is not recognized, it acts on your behalf. It takes control of your decisions, behaviors, and even illnesses. But at the same time, Jung said that it is precisely in this darkness that your greatest potential for transformation lies. The shadow does not need to be feared. It needs to be understood, integrated. And this begins with a simple movement, looking inside with humility and asking, what in myself have I not yet accepted? In the next video in the series, we'll dive into this invisible enemy. You'll discover what the shadow is according to Jung, how it acts silently after the age of 45, and what you can do to integrate it into your process of self-knowledge. This knowledge can not only unlock your personal evolution, but also restore the shine to your existence. Watch episode 2. The Invisible Enemy. What's stopping you from changing, according to Carl Jung? Because understanding this concept could be the turning point you've been waiting for, and perhaps without knowing it, needing for years. If this video made sense to you, like and share it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the next episodes.